Right, so now I'm in the L200 and I'm on my way to pick up our first 2 bales of straw for the season, because our first cow is due on the 1st of January, and you never know, can come early. It's normally the other way around, a few days late, but I've seen them different years coming a wee bit earlier than normal or on their day, so I want to just have them gone. So a lot of people do ask, Adrian, where do you store your straw? Never see you with too many bales of straw on your farm. I don't have the room actually to store them, and that's the quick answer to that. But I have a guy for the past 15 plus years who stores them for us. He actually stores them for a lot of people, and he has a couple of hay sheds. He gets the straw for us, stores them in his shed, and as we need them, we go and get them in the trailer. It's only a 10-minute drive from me, so it's not so bad. We'll pick this up when I get back. There's a reason why I'm using my loader and trying to push that bale in as far as I can, and it's not that I'm being lazy and don't want to handball it. Well, maybe a little bit, but look at the ground. That is just one big glass sheet of ice, and you have to be so careful. Our yard is just like a bottle. Today we have a new job on, and finally, lo and behold, it's time to open our silage pit. And we've got away very well the year where they haven't opened it. Our bales have been really dry and cattle just aren't eating them near as fast because they've been dry, and we had extra bales a year too, and our young cattle is still out, so that's all saving us a bit of silage. Now sorry, wind noise, always a problem, and it's just about to pour rain here as well, which always helps too. But like it said in the title of this video, this time we have a bit of a problem. I didn't cover it correctly. Yeah, that clean seal is supposed to be down next to silage, and then all the covers go on top of that. It gives you your barrier, your seal barrier, so that no air can get into your grass or into your silage. So just actually moved over this corner here because it's not as windy, because the wind that's coming across there is getting rougher by the minute, and you guys mightn't be fit to hear me, so hopefully this is a bit better. But yeah, just as I was saying, that clean seal or clean film, whatever you want to call it, it just forms that air seal barrier. And yes, last year we had to kind of make the decision whether it was it that left our pit good or whether it was the covers across the walls. Some people had different opinions, and so would I. There's no way of knowing when you use everything for the first time, but this year might answer a lot of those things, because this year big mistake was made, and the big mistake was made by me and nobody else. So to tell it really simple, last year, if you remember when we covered this, correct way to do this was put the covers over the walls, clean seal on top of the grass, and then we put, I think it was one or two black covers, and then our green net and our bags, and that was the job complete. This year things just worked out a little different. We had the covers across the walls and put on nice and well put on. My brother helped me, thanks to him for that, and my wife actually. That was all done correctly. But they were the 2 covers that we had originally on top of the pit, so we needed to get a new cover, 2 new covers in fact, I think what we used. So I didn't have them when the silage was been put in, basically because I was recording the silage being made, and it all takes a lot of time, believe it or not. But not only that, I wanted to see how much grass we'd have in the pit, and then I'd know what size of cover we could go, width-wise we could go with. So I did that, and went up to the co-op to pick up the covers. Hope you're still with me. But by the time I got back, my family had the covers taken off the walls, folded across the pit, and they had the clean seal already put on. And that's where the mistake was made. Now, when I came back and seen it, part of me was glad to see them working away without me, but the other part said, yeah, that's not right. Last year when we got that clear film, we had another section of it left that we could put on our pit this year. It was a big enough roll to do 2 pits basically. So what I should have done is got them to take all the covers back off and start from scratch again. But it was getting late in the evening, and I'd be honest with you, I was tired. I had cows still to milk, and I wanted to get the pit covered, and that was it. It was given a heavy night's rain, I think, as well. It was coming, so I just wanted to get the thing finished. So we ploughed on. I says, look, we have the covers over the walls. It's still well covered. We'll see how it goes. So I went ahead, put the 2 black covers on top of that clear film, and then we covered the pit the same as the year before to the end. A lot of people said to me, Adrian, we don't use that clear film at all. We just put the covers over the walls, and you'll find, because that'll make a big difference to you, because my waste was only along the sides. Very rare everything across the top. It's just always been along the sides. Small bit. We're not talking huge amounts. Never was huge amounts, but it was always there. So it was worthwhile trying something new to see could we solve that problem, and it might help you as well by watching and seeing the whole progress. So this time we have the walls done. We just didn't use that barrier, so we'll be interested to see the difference. Is it that causes the improvement, or is it the walls being covered, or is it both? I don't really think there's going to be any issue with it. But I needed to say that. I could have covered it up and opened it nice and snazzy, and you'd never notice the difference. I wasn't going to do that. We all make mistakes. That's farming, and I make plenty of them. Sometimes I learn from them, sometimes I forget and make them again. Maybe a little bit worse the next time. That's just the way life is. But anyway, from now on I'll make sure that it's laid out, that my family knows I didn't tell them the proper way to cover it. It's not their fault. I'm glad to have the help. So that is all our bags off. So a pallet and a half. Took every one of those off. You might have wondered what I was doing when I was cutting here. Well, that was just untying. There's one just left here actually. Sophia, you missed that one. She's up keeping herself warm in the tractor. But Sophia was just gathering all these little cable ties. Oh, get this one, get this. Come on, come on. There we go. There's what we use to hang the bags down the back of the net. And they're a great job. Works powerfully well, them. Just important to pick them up so they don't go into cattle's stomachs. So she's going around picking them up as I cut them. And we're going to give this whole area, when we have the pit opened up properly, we're going to have to clean this because there's a lot of old muck and stuff. Just builds up over the summer and winter of cows walking beside the cover and things and blowing over with the wind. As you can see there now, that's the problem. Black cover underneath this. Yeah. So far I'm liking what I'm seeing. Can you see that? Not too dry, it just looks really nice. It smells really nice. Happy so far. Bit of waste along the side. Same as last year. We had that wee bit of waste in that corner. I don't know what does it, but that corner always has waste in it. It's only about a foot out from the wall and a few inches deep. It's not the end of the world, and it won't be when you get up here, but always along that face. Whatever it is about it, even now with the covers over the walls, I don't know, it just always seems to have some waste in it. Alright, so there we are. Not as good as last year, but can you see that in the sun? Lovely silage. I'm being fussy when I say that, but I want to just be honest with you. And we have a strip of mould going across there. It looks to be just on the surface. I don't know why that is. Didn't see that before. But have a wee look. It's in a wee bit. I doubt it's going to be in too far. I'll have to look at that after and see how that goes. But we go in there a wee bit. It's starting. There's going now, you see. That's not going to be an awful lot. There'll be none of that when you get in. That's only surface mould. On this side we have a bit of rot again. Again, just in the same spot that we always seem to get it. I think it was that side last year we had the problem. This time we have it on both sides. I don't want to touch it yet because I'm not really going to use it for a day or so. But what I'll do is I'll get in there with the bucket and loader. I'll just scrape off that surface stuff that's there in that corner. It's only going to be about, I don't know, half a a loader bucket. So just wanted to show you a comparison, the mistake all down to myself. But that's it, we won't make that mistake again because it was well covered, apart from just not putting that seal in the right place, and it wasn't able to do its job at all. But that's it, job done. Silage pit is opened. I'm not going to touch it now for a day or so, and then we'll get into it with the shear grab. That'll be in another video, but don't worry, I'll keep you updated as always, let you know how the thing's going. So we're just on our way now to the farm, and we've got the cattle trailer on the back, and that means we're bringing home more heifers. My L200 is away, my wife is using it today to do a few runs, so we have the tractor, which is every bit as handy, and we're going over here. We're going to take 2 loads of heifers home. We're going to leave 3 or 4 of them behind us that aren't calving till later on, because there is room in this shed to hold them, and we put a barrier gate up to separate them. And then we're going to put our calves in later on, which you'll see. Well, we can't call them calves anymore, they're galloping around the field here like mad, because they have their job done. They have the silage ground really well at, without doing any real harm, but it's time to get them into the house. I'll be glad to see them in. So myself and Nicole will have 2 hours here, and we should get the heifers all home, we should get the house regulated, and we should get the calves in, and all done the day, pit opened, all finished, which will be a brilliant day, because it's now, I don't know what day it is, 22nd or whatever, Wednesday before Christmas, and I'd like to get a lot of this work out of the way today if I can, so let's get at it. A few of them out in the yard first. Easy does, easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Get very, very excited very easily. And I do dread sometimes bringing them home in the trailer in case they fall, but we used to actually walk our heifers home many years ago, but we found it quite awkward. There's a lot of places where they can get away on you. You need an army with you to get them home. The trailer just suits better, and it leaves just me and Nicole does it, because there doesn't always be that many hands available during the daytime when we're doing this kind of work. So we're going to pick out the few that we need. We'll see, are they all on the list. So here we go. She's 914. She's there. She's on it. Bo's on it. What about her? 37. You're not on it. You're staying. 35. You're on it. And what are you? 31. You're not on it. So 31 and 37 can go back into the shed. We have the 4 now that we want, and we're going to put them up onto the crush, and then we're going to reverse the trailer back, set up a gate here, and hopefully they just run straight up onto the trailer. That's that. I think we have to open that crush gate on the far side. Can you reach it? Let's swing it open. That's hot. Now you go up on that. Go on, go on, go on, go on. They're making nice elders as well. 35 is a lovely bag on there at the minute, so not a moment too soon to get them home. And Bo is making a nice bag too, you can see it.
More that way. More this way. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Go back. Go that way.
I thought Nicole was winding me up there for a while, but you know, she was spot on. Now, one thing I did mention on this crush, and I will do it sometime, I just have to get around to doing it, is I'm going to hang a wee gate on this that can be lifted off. And if I hang a wee gate to that bar there, something that can be lifted off or folded over again that side, that would open across and latch into this. It'll be super handy for loading cattle, rather than having to bring over a temporary gate that we have and tying it to it. Go on, go, 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 go. There we are. Now we have them on. 2% left in the battery. Gate, don't like it at times. but we have it tied open. Some people did tell me to take the spring out of that gate. I don't want to do that. It works well the way it is. I can make something that will keep it open. It's just something I have to do like the many other things. But anyway, we'll head home, get them unloaded and come back for another batch. Another great thing about taking the tractor versus the L200 is I can see the heifers. In the L200 you wouldn't be fit to see, yeah, unless you got out and physically check on them. But if a heifer could fall, very handy, especially these lovely roads that we have. But they're okay. It's great to be able to just keep an eye on them and know that they're not be bounced around or nothing. Just stand there lovely and quiet on the way home. We're at home now, new battery, and we're gonna let them in here. We're just after moving our cows up. We've done a lot of moving of animals off camera before we got the house ready for it. I still have to give them a bed and things, but we're just gonna get them home first because I have a guy calling to me very soon on another job that I just have to kind of be here for. So we want to get this all done and we can bed them all later on the night when we've all this finished. Might bring another one, Nicole. I think we've room for another one. We'll just look through the other ones again, just hunt them up there for now, and we'll have a quick look again and see can we bring another one home. There we have it. Pack trailer. 5 on this time. Took off, heifers are all settled in. Myself and Nicole are way on back now to the farm. We have about a half an hour before someone's calling to the house that we have to kind of meet, and hopefully we can get a lot of work done in the next 30 minutes. The day doesn't be long closing in on you, the time just flies when you're at this kind of work. But we hope now to get our heifers that are left, the 3 heifers that are left, penned up, then get our young yearlings out of the field without any hassle, hopefully, fingers crossed, and into the shed. It'd be lovely to get all that done today. Our bath drinker is still here from when we had the frost, but just to show you what cattle do. Some animal just backed over, and I've never seen an animal ever dung out on top of the silage, but when you put something like that there, she backed herself over and she had to really position herself because the angle bars would have kind of stopped her tail from even rising. But no, she managed to put her mud pie in there. Tiredness is kicking in now, we're making wee bits of mistakes. Heifer's on the wrong side. That's your fault, Nicole. You stay over there. Successes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All come back in again. I might have to get a bucket. Coax them to follow me. Yeah, we're playing a mind game here now at the minute. Come on, come on. Stop. It's the same one every time. It stays back. That's all. Good stuff. Oh yeah. It's lovely when you can outsmart them. There we go. There we go. Honestly didn't think we'd get all this work done today, and it's only 3:30, so it means we don't have to work out late tonight, but I just wanted to get this done, all done today. so that we can kind of relax a wee bit over Christmas. All I have to do tomorrow is bring over some pre-carver from them heifers, and I'm bringing over the vitamin bucket for the calves, which is out there in the middle of the field, and throw that with them tomorrow as well. But otherwise, lovely to see them in. It's a job done. I'm going home to meet a person at home. We'll check out the heifers in the morning. Now it's a few days later, and our heifers are in. They're all settled there now. It's raining very heavy today. It's a real wet day. Over here to the pit, I'm after using a nice chunk of it here. So that mould is very, very small. If you dig out, it doesn't go in very far at all. And above it, it's just a line. I don't know what caused it. I'll show you a couple of the blocks it's in now. There it is there, in front of them. You see that in the light? So, I'm not disappointed with that in any way. So that's it. We're going to end today's video with something very, very exciting. Sorry, just had to jump away from the camera there a second. Something's taking place behind me here. But before we look at that, I want to wish you guys a happy 2023. All you guys that have watched us throughout the year, have supported us greatly throughout the year. It's been one hell of a year. We have powerful followers. Our fan base is just top notch. Some really, really cool people. And the amount of messages I get on Instagram, Facebook, and I never get to reply to them all. There's just so many of them at times, and emails and everything, but it's the encouragement and the help, no matter what it is we try to do. Probably helps others as well by reading some of the comments and people's suggestions. I always encourage that. So I just want to say on behalf of my entire family, thank you very much for all the support. Now, before we leave you today, it is Wednesday, the 28th of December. And just literally there now, this girl has just been born. Our red Frisian heifer. Bo has competition. We have another red heifer. That's Bo in there, itching her head again, the drinker. This girl wasn't due until the 4th of January, but she decided to go early. You can see she's a lovely big quiet cow. There'll not be any more calving until about the first couple of days in January, and then we have a lot of them in January. Heifers as well. So she decided she'd just go early. But on that note, what a way to end the video. Cool. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.